gentlemen, to the very first episode of Bash Brothers Reviews. I'm the Sexy Sheep, Dave Turner, one half of pro wrestling's wildest and newest tag team, the Bash Brothers, with my partner, Big Facts Chris Ross. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our sweet, valuable time. We're not really doing that much, honestly. Wrestling shut down right now, and we need a way to stay active. So what we've decided to do is we're going to individually take turns reviewing products and things that we like and bring those straight to you, so that way we can stay connected with everybody. The reality is, we're just a couple of big kids, and one thing that we really enjoy are toys. My personal favorite toy line ever out of my entire life was the Masters of the Universe and He-Man toy line. As a child, I loved the show. As an adult, I love the show. I can't get enough of He-Man. I honestly can't. And in 2008, Mattel came up with a line of toys called Matty Collector, where Matty Collector was designed to bring toys to adult collectors that we didn't get when we were children, that there maybe wasn't that much of an interest in putting in a retail store at the time, and you had to order these toys online specifically from Matty Collector. Back then, I didn't have the money to invest in buying a new monthly toy as much as I wanted to at that time. And by the time I had really started to come to grips with the fact that I could start investing in the line, the toys became wildly expensive and very hard to find. Fast forward several years later, I'm now a less mature grown ass man, but a man who can afford to spend a little bit of money on his own hobbies. And one of those hobbies has been to go back in time and collect the Masters of the Universe Classics Matty Collector line of He-Man toys. Right now, I'm gonna regale you with the very first, not really the very first, but one of the first, probably the second, figure in the line. And let me start by saying, I hope to review these toys figure by figure as they were released from Matty Collector. I feel like that would be a little bit of fun for me. I also feel like maybe it brings some clarity to the line, because if you look online, there's a lot of figures in this series, but there's also some sites that are pretty vague about how they were released. Some sites that are pretty accurate with how they were released. And that's what I'm choosing to go off of, to purchase these figures in a certain order, to review them in a certain way that other collectors who might be hoping to get into this line can hopefully enjoy collecting the line as well, and have a little clarity on which figures come when. So, this being the very first episode of Bash Brothers Review, I am going to open up this figure right now. As you might be able to see, the peanut packaging is still there, untouched by my human hands until now. I don't really want to make a mess, so I'm just gonna brush that off right there. This is the original packaging that the figures came in. Throw that off to the side. Actually, let's see if there's a little treat in here. And there's none. Anyhow, this is the original packaging that these figures came in. These figures, to me, are something that I plan to collect, and I don't really plan to get rid of. So I don't have a problem opening them. I prefer to buy them new in box. If I buy them loose, I'm fine with that as well. It's just kind of what's more cost effective for me, because like I said, I'm gonna open them, I'm gonna play with them, I'm gonna display them because it's my prerogative. So, use this DVD, The Great American Bash, to pop the little tape seal here, open up this box. Nice little tissue paper packaging. Bum, 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 bum. Cute.
And the masters of the universe.
Very. Throw that box over there because I don't really need it. This is a, oh, surprise. This is a reprint of the very first He-Man, which I'm actually not displeased with at all. The very first He-Man in the Matty Collector line had a red kind of hue around his eyes, and it really, I guess, annoyed a lot of the collectors, and so they reprinted him in the same fashion as they had before, but they took the red off of his eyes. The way you know it's a reprint, if you follow Pixel Dan, which I did to do my research, was the fact that it says the original right there. So, I'm actually very pleased with that, because as much as I wanted to be as true to the line and collect as true as I could, I also really didn't want that red around He-Man's eyes. So I'm glad to have gotten the reprint from this. Let's open this figure up here. It's just gonna end up getting thrown away anyways. So, pull it off. I'll probably cut off the cool little back information here. Not the figures that came in this wave, but more the little card that has a description of who each character is and what they mean to the Masters of the Universe line. So, put that over there, because again, I don't care. We will. He-Man comes equipped with his Sword of Power, his shield that attaches right there onto his wrist, and looks like he's got a nice little place for the sword in the back of his armor there to hold the sword, if in case we wanted to use our battle axe during play. I'm very excited to start this line and have just kind of a nice little trip down memory lane for me. Because like I said, growing up, He-Man was my guy. He still is my guy. And, you know, I'm an adult now, and I can do what I want. And my mom can't tell me what to do. So I'm gonna pull my toys out, and I'm gonna play with them, and I'm gonna collect all of these Masters of the Universe Classics line. It's a big line. It's a big list of figures. And we look forward to having you view the very next episode. What it's gonna be, I don't know yet. It could be anything. Could be me again. It could be Big Facts. Not 100% sure, but I can 100% assure you that it will be something very, very cool. Because much like He-Man, the Bash Brothers, we have the power. Thanks again. We'll see you on the very next episode of Bash Brothers Reviews. Let's go. Oh, belly button. Bros.